James murdered my dog. Hello, Thomas fans, and welcome once again. Just wanted to start off by saying, hope you're staying safe, hope you're staying at home, you're washing your hands, you're keeping a 2 meter distance from each other when you are going outside. So, due to all the current situation we're in, where we have to stay under lockdown, we have to stay indoors, a common activity that people have been doing is binge watching series. And for some reason, people like to use this newish website called Netflix, I think it's called. Not sure if you've heard of it. Well, it doesn't sound very impressive because I use the old tradition of just watching things on DVD, what you've already got, that can last, that you get exactly what you want. You don't get any extra things that you didn't ask for, and for that reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to just binge watch all the stuff I'm doing. And so this is the start of a new series where I do a reaction, a rewatch, and a little commentary on the first 7 series of Thomas and Friends. Starting with series 1 today. Of course, it's the 1st of April, so we just start off with the first series, and also because I couldn't think of an April Fool's joke. Probably wouldn't be very appropriate right now, so we'll carry on with that. So just rewatching this series after quite a little break from since I last saw these episodes. Probably only when I decided to do my ranking video about 2.5 years ago, I think it was, that I did the ranking for series 1. But opinions could change, so I thought, let's go and have a watch them again and just do a little commentary on, share my thoughts on it, and it might feel good just to reminisce on the series that started it all. But it's so much more than that. Well, no, it isn't, to be honest. Just watching it, and it's 9:30 now, so it's probably going on until midnight, so apologies if I sound really tired while doing it. It's probably because I am. So before I get started on series 1, make sure you like the video and subscribe. Why may I ask you to do this now? I haven't done anything yet. I have to earn your subscription, folks. Anyway, this is my rewatch of series 1 with a commentary and a reaction, sharing my thoughts of the series. Let's get started. So I did actually buy the DVD just for this occasion. I had the other 6, so don't worry. Those other 6 videos will be coming out relatively quickly. So you got $5.99 there from HMV. A store I hope doesn't go bust when the lockdown has gone down and all the stores can reopen. Yeah. God, that'll be bad. Anyway, let's just get this thing open, pop it in, and get started. Ooh, it's like going to the movies again. I never actually miss the eye miss. I don't think I've told you guys yet. I can do the eye thing. Watch. That's it. I can do it fast the other way. Hopefully, that didn't freak you out too much. Sorry. What were you dreaming about when I woke you, Warren? My fiance. Your what? No, I'm kidding. If you haven't watched that video, you probably won't know what I'm talking about. But why haven't you watched my video? Okay, let's talk business. I think I now get why they went with this one as the first episode. Because, well, think about this way when the way they originally aired the episode, like 2 episodes a day, so you make 10 episodes a week. And the way I think about it is, if they were going to do it in the order based on the books, start off with Edward and Gordon, obviously removing Edward's Day Out, because Edward's Day Out isn't that interesting. There, I said it. But you start off with Edward and Gordon, then the sad story of Henry, then Edward, Gordon, and Henry, then Thomas and Gordon. If you did that, which I imagine is what most people would want, you would then that would mean you'd have Edward and Gordon on the first day, then the sad story of Henry at the end. Those were the 2 episodes on the first day. So the kids watching back then would have had to wait a day to find out what had happened at the end of Edward and Gordon, to find out a day, see Edward, Gordon, and Henry, and see what happened next. I imagine a lot of kids wouldn't have liked the sad ending. So, and you couldn't really just have Edward and Gordon, then Thomas and Gordon, then the 2 Henry and Batonal episodes. I don't think that would have worked. So, yeah, okay, and also think about it this way: this is the very first story. This is the one that's going to get the kids interested. And Edward and Gordon and the sad story of Henry, those 2, they're not as fast paced as this. That's the thing I like the most about this one. is, you know, it starts off with a nice exciting runaway with a nice exciting like runaway, I guess, sequence. So so you know, for that reason, I think the kids will like the show more if the first episode is really exciting and fun, you know. And also, you know, when you look at the rivalry that Thomas and Gordon still have to this day, it kind of makes sense that the very first episode is the start of all of that. You know, people have a debate like, oh yeah, because this was the first episode, they're gonna. This is why Thomas is so, you know, shoehorned it's a more show. It's because of this. No, it isn't. It's because they simply wanted to make it the first episode exciting and fun, and Thomas was always going to be the main character of this show. Let's face it. The Railway series does not sound that interesting to a kid watching television. You know, it makes sense to have this one as the first episode. So that's that, and the episode is about to finish. So they spent this whole episode discussing why it should be why it's the first one. It is a good first one, and you know, I actually think it's even better than Edwin Gordon, and I think you should get used to this because it was 2.5 years ago that I ranked the episodes from series one. So opinions change, and let's face it, you'll get used to this. A lot of my opinions won't be the same as my other video. Trust me. I'll go for everyone. He's going to go to the station, wait for a few minutes to wait for the guards to turn up, or we're just going straight to going on taking the coach out. To be fair, I don't think the kids would even if it was the first story in the first book. I don't think the kids would want to see a whole episode about Edward waiting for the guard. It's fun. It's fun it's fun when it's in a book, not so much in the third episode. So I'm glad they mixed the two into one. Well, like the whole of Edward and Gordon is in this one, and then they clue a tiny segment of Edward's Day out. Yeah, good decision. I'm happy with that. Why are you saying everything 3 times? Why are you saying everything 3 times? Why are you saying everything 3 times? No, that's fun for the kids. Like, glad we didn't do that all the time, but you know, that's just fun. You know, it keeps the kids entertained, and it's played out well in The Adventure Begins as well. But then, but what would you? Well, of course, I was going to say good things about The Adventure Begins. Well, now we know what James looks like. James would have looked like if he'd been painted blue. My doctor has forbidden me to jump for joy. But that doesn't stop me. Okay, people will agree this is the first example of shoehorning Thomas. Even in 1984 it was happening. A perfect summary of British weather. I actually use that quote on a daily basis, let me tell you. Mummy, they shot Henry in the tunnel. Well, don't worry, children. Don't worry, children. Maybe in the next episode they'll let him go. It might be better. It might have a happy ending in the next one. Now, if all the parents had said that, we probably wouldn't have had all these complaints. So, message to parents: use this before you use this. Okay? I can't believe I spent all of Thomas and Gordon talking about why that should be the first episode. Why didn't even talk about how good Gordon's theme is. Some opinions never change, but still my favourite. Still my favourite. Then why don't you put him in front and make him pull it? Like the book. He needed a bit more experience than that. But still, why not pull the damn things? Gordon's just like, you're just gonna leave me here, aren't you? You are, great. And it was at this point the publisher said, alright, Mr. Audrey, you've got a deal. And history was made. What happened then? No one knows. Perhaps they forgot to couple Thomas to the train. Or perhaps the driver pulled the lever by mistake. maybe it had something to do with the fact you put the brake coach first. Just an idea. I mean, even adult me feels sorry for Thomas in this. I don't know why people call this some people have this as the worst one of Series 1. It's not. It's not a bad one, it's just not... It's mediocre. And, you know, it teaches Thomas an important lesson that pays off later. Just my opinion. But, if you see my ranking videos, the Thomas episodes I don't rank that highly. And this one certainly doesn't, but I don't hate it. Oh look, it's Keith Hartley's rock. He's got used to being like that now. I'll make that last fan disappear. We've got a total name after him. How nice. Another reason this one's not a bad episode is... Well, I say the runaway sequence, but I guess they weren't really able to make the morals go that fast at this point. Nah. You have to wait until Dirty Objects for that to happen. Or the next episode, Thomas and the Breakdown Train. Now here's a really clever shot I didn't notice until I was an adult. It's the shadow of the fat controller, that's... genius. They're watching him plus his fat controller. What are you doing here, Thomas? I feel sorry for Thomas and the Breakdown Train now, because see how much better it could be. In the adventure begins when Thomas is chasing James and you see the crash. This episode just looks so... You know, it just looks like it's lacking something when you watch it now. It's sad, really. But yeah. It's a good way, really good way, as I always say, good way to end the Thomas's story arc. And that's the thing I love about Series 1. The arcs are absolutely... You know, they put them all in together. You know, the first 7 characters, the main 7 characters, Thomas Edward, Henry Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, they all have their own arc, they all have their own story. And it's all well, most of them are all sorted this series. So by the end, you know their story, and they've got a backstory that they throw back to, and you know these episodes connected to each other. That's so good. But what came after? It's it makes this look vanilla. So yeah, that's kind of the problem I have with Series 1. Jerome, Judy, what happened to your faces? We'll never know. I think you better answer that yourself, Thomas 1, Emperor 2, Henry 3. Good video, by the way. Still wonder how he ended up on his right side if he was going through a right corner where you would end up on your left side. Didn't really think of that, did they? You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just getting loads of flashbacks of Keeper of Beans YouTube poops. It's such a shame he's deleted all of them and he's gone. Jerome / Judy is like, what about us? There 2, there 4, there 6, there 8. Shunting trucks and pulling freight. Red and green and brown and blue, they're the really useful crew. All with different roles to play. Round timber sheds so far away. Down the hills and round the bends. Thomas and his friends. James is about to take Annie and Clarabelle's 5 sisters out, who don't have names. They weren't good enough to go on Thomas's branch line. He only needed 2 coaches, so they were just used for they only made cameo appearances for Series 1. Jeremiah Joplin's claim to fame. Makes sense to not have his name mentioned in the series, because he never appears again. Or speaks again. So, no, what was the point in giving him a name if he was only going to appear once? Unless that was, unless Wilbert was going to make him a recurring character or something. I'd love to know that. Probably won't never know though. Oh, now it's foolish freight cars. They sure were foolish, those guys. They thought they could break away. It only worked for half of them, though. Yeah. Really not a fan of the American terminology. What's the point? James is self-isolating as well. Bloody hell. Top why are you looking that way? Look him in the eye and tell him you're telling him yes, you see that you can see you're sorry. You're not even looking at him. Good thing Gordon's Hill wasn't as steep back then, otherwise you'd have had a let's see. Surprise for Percy, busy going backwards. And the other episodes where the trucks run backwards down the hill and run to the other side of Sodor. But no, that was different times. Gordon's Hill, they decided to make Gordon's Hill steeper in the future because reasons. Yeah, I miss this version of James, to be honest. He's hilarious now. I mean, yeah, when I said how I would alter the show and which characters I would alter, I said I wanted to keep James the same. The more I think about it, the more I think, yeah, okay, keep him as a funny character, keep him as comic relief, but still have him learn the same lessons as the other guys. You know, don't just make him an a-hole all the time. You know, make the audience feel sorry for him, at least. Oh, that's probably not a wise decision, Topham. You say James talks too much. Yeah. As a kid, this whole opening moment where Gore was just talking, I just completely lost interest. But then when Sun came, we're like, oh great, it's over. Now let's get on with the actual episode, please. Oh, I can talk. Oh, James can breathe now. Thank goodness. We'll be seeing that at hopefully the end of May. It's probably not going to be any earlier than that, but that would be nice. How many people have already thought about what they're going to do when lockdown's over? What's the first thing you're going to do? Let me know in the comments. Oh well. By standing on a trolley, the fucking troll actually looks as tall as the passengers because he's a very small man. Probably not the best idea. Another decision that the fucking troll probably regrets. Letting James pull the express every now and then. Yeah. In the long term, not the best idea. Short term, that's okay. Good way to end the book as well. I like Troubles and Trucks. It's the best episode, and ideally it should end the arc. But no, it's a nice bonus episode, really, to show that James can also pull the express and give him a little bit of a rivalry between Gordon, which we don't really see, but it's still good. Wish we saw that. Gordon doing that interesting approach with the trucks. Oh, never mind. He gives them a bump like everyone else does. Now for the run of 4 consecutive Thomas episodes. But at least we get the worst one out of the way, eh? Yeah, this is one that some people agree, Thomas the Guard is the worst one from series 1. Just dull, really. And Thomas is so unfair to Henry, but you all knew how I felt about that moment anyway. Oh, who'd want to have a go at that face? But that's what everyone will be saying if you're not doing exercise right now. You're still about to do that, so do it while you can, okay? Keep fit, you know? Don't just sit at home eating. The episode's pretty much over here. Just moving montage in this one for the rest. I haven't said a word during Tulsa Goes Fishing. Just been sitting back and watching it, really. Definitely better than Thomas and the Guard because of the amusing plot. It's still mediocre because, like, it's just talking and moving around Thomas's brush, like, really. But still good because of the funny story. Another fun little detail about Thomas, we we desperately needed, 16 references to this, and counting. Love the detail on Clarence's model, but it's a bit of a disappointment they can't. He only has one face. And he can't move his eyes as well, but it makes CGI Terrence look really weird. He having to move his eyes about and have more than one facial expression. Yeah.
Try being the operative word.
Oh, we're halfway there. I'm getting a bit sleepy, so I think I'll put my pajamas on and lie in bed and watch the rest. Bear with me. You don't want to watch me get changed. Yeah, sorry, ladies, you're not going to see that today unless it's requested. Anyway, see you in a bit. First episode I ever saw. And while I'm not a fan of Thomas and Percy, either character, this episode will still have a very close place in my heart. Don't you worry, Thomas and Bertie. I still love you. The episode, not you two personally. They need to do something like this on Top Gear or something, because it's just so much fun. It's such a fun idea. Bus versus the train, which would win nowadays? Yeah. Apart from Percy's chase, that's literally the only character trait Bertie has. Just wanted to have a race. Disappointing. And it was red for what? There's nothing going the other direction, and I think that bridge is a one way. Anyway, never mind. This episode's still good. Yes, Ringo, they will have another race, but you won't be in a race yet. So you're kind of right. Oh, finally the show remembers. Oh yeah, there's more than one character in this show. Let's see how the other guys are doing. Well, Thomas was going to Archline. Let's finally get a break. It was much funnier when you see it in real life than in the book. Or a record player, you might say. I like how they did the extra detail where his face looks slightly greener.
Well said, Gordon. Are you playing roundabouts?
Okay, I haven't said too much about this episode yet, but I'm going to hold my hands up and say I think this is the best cliffhanger in the whole series. Yep. I think it's better than Dirty Work. I think it's better than I think it's better than part 1 of Diesel's Ghostly Christmas. You know, better than Grandpa, because the music makes you realise, oh crap, what's this gonna mean? And there you go, that last line. I didn't know what strike meant when I was younger, when I first saw this episode. But when you hear those words, the way Ringo delivers it, you think, oh god, what happens next? I can't wait to watch the next episode. But yeah, Tenors and Turntables. Brilliant episode just because of that ending. Best cliffhanger ever. I hope I'm not the only one who thinks that. And now the first episode that actually has the name of the episode mentioned in the episode.
They say tender engines don't shunt, and last night they said I have black wheels. I haven't, have I, sir?
This was before they knew about that Diesels existed, and they found out there was another way they could be racist in this show.
But all the same, we do need another tank engine here.
Yeah, when you really think about it, this show has been racist for quite a while.
At last he saw a smart little green.
I feel bad for all the other ones who have to be covered up the whole time.
If I choose you,
I wonder if actual warehouses did that. Video. The idea just come to me. Maybe do a ranking for the first episodes of the main characters, because this is a good introduction to Percy, definitely. Oh, Percy runs away. The memories. Getting Chase's Races and Runaway video for Christmas when I was 5. Watching that video 5 times on the same day. I think I watched the whole video 5 times that same day. The Percy Runs Away is the first episode, so I watched that episode so many times on just that one Christmas day. And I still love it today. It's like high top 10 episode. It always has been. And I think it's pretty much always going to stay in my top 5. And for some reason, not many people rank it that high, and I still don't know why. So yeah, give me a good reason why, please, in the comments. Much obliged. I'd love to hear it. Oh, this whole scene is just played out so good. The build up and the runaway itself. No background music at all. Not seeing what's going on straight ahead. And then that one note when Percy realizes when the penny drops. Wait for it.
Then he looked along the main line. Peep, peep! He whistled in horror, rushing straight towards him.
Oh. And then the runaway theme. Ah, it's so good. And I'll still say it. It makes so much sense for this to be the thing that makes Percy really timid in the future. I'm fine with it. I'd probably passed out by the time growing up there if I was in Percy's shoes, wheels. Yeah. Now for Cole, and just can't help but say be really happy with the way they ordered it all. Well, I know it's pretty much the same as what it was in the books, but it all works out well just to have all the Henry's arc after we return to the mainline engines and they go on their strike, but then you give Henry a bit of individuality at last. As you see Henry go forward instead of Edward. Dear. Now you get to Henry's arc. You have Henry center stage, and he gets his first problem, and of course we get 3 fantastic episodes. And now for the only truly spectacular episode from Series 1. Sorry for one, The Flying Kipper. And I'm not even going to do a commentary of it. I'm just going to bow to it. It just shows the great talent of David Mitton. That all he could get from reading the book was just lines on a paper and the pictures. You don't get the sense of the speed and the magnificence of the moment when Henry's taking that long train of vans in the early morning. But he made it fantastic, and that's why we all love it so much. And now okay, I've changed my mind again. This is my second favourite episode, Whistles and Sneezes. Funny, memorable, it is good to fit those 2 episodes to Gore's Whistle and Henry Sneeze all together. Was my favourite for a long time, as you'll probably know. But now it's definitely not better than The Flying Kipper, but better than so many others from this series. I was checking most of my Instagram for this one. Didn't really talk about telling this out, gentlemen. No, it's a beautiful episode. Another one that will be up there for the best introductory episodes. I wonder how the fact controller wrote that letter, knowing what he was actually worried about. Basically, my usual tag agent has got into trouble with a policeman. He's a bit of a dick, I know. But so we need something with cow catchers and side plates to take over. Would you mind doing it? And yeah, I think I now get why Thomas in Trouble is regarded as their least favourite episode of Series 1. And it's kind of a problem I have with a lot of kids shows, is the way that policemen are portrayed. And as a kid growing up, I don't think I came across one person who said they wanted to be a policeman when they were older, because the stuff we watch in those shows, policemen are absolute are dicks. They have authority over people. They know best. They have a badge. They can put someone in jail for life. but that doesn't give them a reason to have such a dickish attitude. So yeah, and I remember hiding behind Mum when we were walking past, when two policemen walked past us when I was 3, one of my earliest memories, and I got episodes like this and other shows to make me dislike policemen growing up. I love them now. I have great respect for them now, but yeah, and a lot of talking as well. Again, you talking doesn't entertain people. I'm sorry. That's why more kids watch telly than read books. That's the way it is. They like to see. They want to see things more. They don't listen. It's funny how the policeman says, "Don't be funny." After the one funny thing that Thomas says, he doesn't make me laugh again. That's it. Roll credits. Where are my eyebrows? Oh, sorry. Why are you red? That doesn't really answer his question. Why are you red, James? We'll never know. Yeah, this one was after Percy runs away on the Chase Races and Runaways video. I can't talk right now. I'm tired. But yeah, it's another great runaway I remember well, and it makes sense for this one to be on that video because they upped up the runaway level really high at this point. Yeah, we made that line a dirty one. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Us YouTubers. Okay, yeah. When I did the rankings, I put this one at second, and it's still really good. But I'm not sure about it being number 2 on my list now. The two best things about this one, Gordon is finally the protagonist. He finally takes out the stage. He finally has his own accent. That's his own fault, and it's a good accent. It's well played. So yeah, Rails. Always remembered it, and it was probably one of the very last ones I saw from Series 1, I think. Because they put it up so rarely. I didn't see it till Truckloads of Fun on DVD, and so yeah, I had to wait a fair amount of time to finally see this one on on telly. Yeah, it's so well made. You're like, oh no. He don't realize until too late that he's gonna go down, and it's done very comic style.
What's that you say? The special's waiting. Tell Edward to take it, please. And Gordon, I'll leave him where he is. We haven't time to bother with him now. On the other side of the ditch, some little
Yeah, make sure Edward pulls it this time.
never get him. They began to sing.
Oh, why would anyone do that to Gordon?
Because nobody likes him.
Despite everything, despite Gordon's attitude in the series, they successfully made us feel sorry for the character. Good job, guys. That's got to be one of their biggest achievements, making us care deeply for Gordon, because, I can imagine, I still think there are a lot of people who do not like him. Penultimate episode at last. Down the mine. Now, obviously I love the rivalry that Gordon has with Spencer, I love the rivalry he has with Thomas. But if the one with Thomas had ended like this, they're making the alliance, they'll help each other, they're not gonna go at odds with each other anymore, I'd have been satisfied, but they did. The people didn't want to do that when they made the well, I think Wilbur changed it a bit, didn't he? After that, can't quite remember. But the TV series definitely made it so that they still have this rivalry to this day. I'm glad they did that. But if it had ended like this, I'd have been happy. I wonder what happened that made them decide to put a board there. Somebody else made the same mistake Thomas did. Hey, they did the shadow thing again. I've only just realised that one as well. That's brilliant. I love that. If no one was in the mine when Thomas went down on it, that's something that's never been brought up. Okay. Looks like we're just about gonna finish this by midnight. Last one of the series. Thomas's Christmas Party, and yeah, still not a massive fan of it. I'd still say it's my least favourite, but it's alright. It's got to end. The episode just happens to be airing on Christmas Day. They got to do a Christmas episode, and I guess Mrs. Kindly's Christmas wouldn't have really worked. And you can't really, I guess you can't really have if you got all the you got the the fake snow. And Mrs. Kindly's Christmas don't actually have snow. I guess it makes sense just to have that one story that Will wrote for that very same year, and just for the purposes of making it for the TV series. So does that pretty much mean that series 1 takes place across the period of 2 years? Because Thomas and Terrence of Snow would have definitely been the first winter, then this would be the second winter. So yeah, 2 years. I gotta work that out sometimes exactly how many years each series would have taken, or better still, what year they were, what years they would be taking place right now. Hang on a minute, that can't be right then, because so this is 3 years ago, is it? Oh god, I've confused that myself. So yeah, there's 3 winters during the course of series 1. You got the one where Thomas's Terrace of Bestow takes place, then the one with Mrs. Kindly's Christmas, then Thomas's Christmas Party. Yeah. So, and don't tell me that Mrs. Kindly's Christmas and Thomas Terrace of the Snow happened at the same time, because Toby wasn't in the. Toby and Percy weren't in the. weren't even on Sodor at this point. Makes you think, doesn't it? I suppose he's trying to sing it while talking in character, but I still can't get over the fact that Ringo Starr can't even sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." I'll never get over that. Oh, there we go. All 26 episodes from series 1 done in like 2.5 hours. Just good rewatch. Oh, there we go then. Series 1 all done. Good night. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that for you guys. Well, there we go then. That was a really good rewatch. Pretty sleepy right now, so sorry if I'm not too bold about concluding the video that well, but yeah. I really enjoyed this. Definitely changed my opinion on a few things. It's really good to after a while, it's good to you kind of get more fun to see these old episodes all over again. And yep, opinions have definitely been changed by watching this. So yeah, let me know if you enjoy this series, and I'll definitely get the other 6 series out sooner rather than later. And yeah, thank you for hopefully you enjoyed watching this. Now I can ask you to like and subscribe this video if you don't mind. It really gives me motivation to do more videos, and of course doing more videos is something I will definitely want to do during lockdown. So it's all good. So yep, thank you for watching everyone. This is probably going to be quite a long video. I mean, there's quite a few clips to edit. Hopefully I'll be able to get this done not too many days after first recording it. So yeah. Yep, like and subscribe. Let me know if you want to do more. Remember, stay safe, stay indoors, don't go out to see other people outside your own home. Wash your hands thoroughly. Keep 2 meter distance from people you meet outside. Cover your mouths if you have to. Don't touch your face. Yeah, as long list of rules isn't there, but we follow them and we'll get through this. We will. So yep, remember what I said. Take care. Enjoy self-isolation. Have some fun indoors. And until next time, cheerio. Henry slept with my wife.